Unlucky Mark Braybrook. What have they done? How do they keep losing these tie breaks?
Well, they didn't lose it because they weren't playing well. They got beaten by a better bowl on the night. I mean, that is now 12 straight tie breaks Sydney has lost. And when you consider they've only played 15 games in the history of the Premier League, and they've lost 12 matches in a tie-break, and they've only won 2. So they could easily have lost 1 game in the history of the tournament. But as it is, they've only won 2 because of tie-breaks. Unbelievable.
And they've got such a star-studded team. Why does it keep happening?
Oh, look, I think teams lift when they play Sydney. They know they're a very, very impressive side, and teams want to have them as the scalp. And look, don't be underestimated by New Zealand. They are a quality outfit, and they will take some beating.
OK, next match. Brisbane, the reigning champions from last year, Mark, up against the new boys in the Murray Steamers. It's over to Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to make some noise for your hometown 4X Brisbane Gold. Introducing first, former world #1, Mark Casey. He's an author and he's one of the greatest players in the sport's history. This is Kelvin Kirko. And from right here in Club Pine Rivers, Robbie Wild. And the coach of the 4X Brisbane Gold, Alex Murtagh.
It has been a tough start for the defending champions. Kelvin Kirko needs no introduction. Mark Casey, recovering from a knee reconstruction, is a former world #1, and the local boy, Robert Wild, defending champions. Robbie, a bit of a slow start. This is an important game to turn that around.
It is, mate. Yeah, it's very, very important. Not the start we would have liked, but hopefully we've got a chance tonight to get another win on the board and really have a big day tomorrow.
Hometown hero, do you feel a bit of pressure coming back here?
Oh, it certainly is, yeah, but the support I think helps as well. The guys that come out and it's just as much pressure. There's also the support, yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
OK, let's hear from the Murray Steamers.
And let's welcome in now the second of our new franchises, the Murray Steamers. Introducing first, Canadian national, now representing the Broadbeach Bowls Club, Ryan Bester. Introducing next, a 4-time Commonwealth Games gold medalist. This is Alex Marshall. And the 2014 Moama Club singles champion, Michael Walker. And the coach of the Murray Steamers, Zane Meakin-Laurie.
Yeah, the Murray Steamers, the new franchise here at Club Pine Rivers. Ryan Bester, aged 29, of course, a Canadian rep. He also is alongside Michael Walker, just aged 31. We know the average age here is 34. And, of course, Alex Marshall, aged 47, the Scotland rep, the 4-time world champion. I'm joined by Alex right now. Alex, arguably the world's best bowler, but, gee, you must love coming to a place like this.
Yeah, obviously my first time here. So looking forward to this. The atmosphere is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a hard game, so yeah, looking forward to it.
What about the conditions? It's very muggy here, even here for Australians.
Yeah, when I left Scotland it was 5 degrees, so I've come into 35 degrees, so it's difficult, but I'm getting used to it.
How are you boys going so far? Are you confident you can get the win here?
Yeah, we've got 4 out of 4 so far. We're going really well, so if we can get a win here, it'll be a fantastic day for us.
Beautiful stuff. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
OK, let's go to our commentators.
Thank you very much, Tom Chadwick. Shortly to be joined by Karen Murphy. We await the toss here. So we find out who has the mat. We need a marker, we need a toss. The boys are all lined up. They have no idea what they're doing. But the coaches will have to toss the coin very shortly. And without losing a game, the Murray Steamers have their first match on television here at Club Pine Rivers. Need a marker as well. So the markers have disappeared. We need the bowls, we need the jack, we need some action. And the crowd is looking on intently. And Helensvale Hawks, the Gold Coast side, will be here very shortly. Their first year at the APL as well. That is Club Pine Rivers over there in the bar area. Everyone enjoying themselves on what is a really steamy night, that is for sure, here in Brisbane. 4 from 4, the Murray Steamers. Ryan Bester and Alex Marshall actually played the men's singles final in Glasgow. So the two best performed bowlers so far this year in the one team from the Murray Steamers, and that's most probably why they're going so well. And the Brisbane Gold, well, they're defending their title, but they're defending it under duress. Robbie Wild has had a, as you can see in there, he's had a reaction to a mosquito bite that's got infected and hasn't been 100%. Kelvin Kirko, who of course is the skip in this team. He had a kettle explode in New Zealand. There is Kelvin. He had a kettle explode and boiling water went all over his foot. That right foot there is causing him some pain. And Mark Casey, who is on the bench, and when Mark comes on, there is Mark, and if we just pan down, you'll see that he has a knee brace on because he's just undergone a knee reconstruction. Give Karen Murphy a little bit of time to recover her emotions and her thoughts as she arrives in the commentary box, absolutely shattered after losing 12 tie breaks. Here's Robbie Wild to start us in this round 5 clash, the second of our matches tonight. Down this side, that there doesn't seem to be a lot of, turn, a lot of bend. They seem to stay out there on that backhand side as we go west to east, and I'll take a bit of time to regroup as Karen Murphy will take a bit of time to overcome the fact, Kaz, you've now lost 12 tie breaks, and as we said in the commentary, you haven't done anything wrong.
I just want to know whether anyone's selling one, Mark. If anyone's selling one, a tie break out there, we'll pay big money to the Sydney Lions for one, I tell you.
Well, you've lost 13 matches over 2 years, and you've lost 12 tie breaks. You could easily, if you'd won them all, you would have only lost one game in the history of the APL. As it stands, you've only won 2.
Oh, dear.
That shows you the margin for error, though, doesn't it, in this format?
Absolutely, yeah. Look, we played really well in that game, and, and I don't think we would have changed anything again.
But it's a big day tomorrow. You've got to win most of your matches tomorrow to stay. You only have to finish 4th to get into the semi-finals. But what about this Murray Steamers side? Haven't they started very well? 4 wins from 4 matches, and why not when you've got Commonwealth Games gold and silver medalists from Glasgow in the one side. Alex Marshall, one of the best bowlers the world has ever seen. There he is. And he hasn't been affected by the heat at all.
No.
Thought he would have melted by now.
No, not yet. I'm sure he's just as sweaty as everyone else, though. Out here, it's very, very hot on the rink under the lights.
Just finding their feet here. Michael Walker is the other player here. He is a local from Moama, a Victorian representative, an Australian Open pairs quarter-finalist. It's a big moment for him playing with these two players.
Well, his biggest moment, I would have thought. Playing with Alex Marshall, there's not many of the people in the world who can say they've played with the best player in the world.
Alex Marshall, MBE. And I just remember my fondest memory, and I suppose it was hard because they beat the Aussies, I think, in the final of the pairs in Adelaide. Was it an Australian team beaten? But when Scotland won the pairs, men's pairs final in Adelaide, the reaction from Alex, who has done everything in the game, just shows you how much winning those big tournaments means to the players.
Yeah, definitely. He beat Aaron Sheriff and Leif Selby in the final of the World Pairs in Adelaide. Alex played, obviously, in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow and played probably the best bowl I've ever seen to win a gold medal. It was just amazing. He probably had 8 inches to draw it, and he did. And the crowd just erupted. It's fantastic. But here he is, Alex Marshall. We're very, very happy to have him playing at the APL this year. Big name in bowls.
There's Kelvin straight onto the mat. They're all struggling too, this Brisbane side, with injury or illness, and very hard for them after the high of last year to come back and be a little bit have the same focus and have everyone want to beat them.
Yeah, they've certainly got a target on their back. But you're right, they're riddled with injuries, and Mark's just had his knee operated on in the last, I think, 9 weeks or so. You'll probably see when he comes out, he's got a black knee guard on, and Kelvin's got a very burnt foot after dropping a kettle on it.
So you're saying he dropped it. Well, he's saying it exploded.
It did explode, yeah.
I like your story better, though.
Well,
there's Case's knee.
He put an electric kettle on a gas cooktop, so only Kelvin could do that.
Absolutely. Well, we'll ask him about it when he gets his earpiece in down the other end. But this is a wild old end to start this match. And has he drawn shot here? I think he has. And Alex Marshall has final crack. He loves this, Kelvin. It was made for him. Premier League.
He'll be fired up playing against Alex too.
Backhand here for Alex Marshall.
I'm just a touch wide, mate.
He's called it wide. Is it going to come in? It's not. It's not a bad effort. It's 1 to Brisbane, and the Brisbane Gold start with a shot. And so 1-0 after the first end. And so that will be a settler for the Brisbane team in front of the home crowd. They haven't started the Premier League particularly well. Just 1 win so far.
There's nothing wrong with that, Mark.
No, there's not. There's plenty of teams at the moment. It's getting to that stage where there could be 2 groups forming, and so tomorrow's a big day. Kelvin's got the earpiece in and watching this bowl here from Robbie Wild. And it's not a bad start, that one, Kelvin.
Yeah, very happy with that. Robbie, you know, just the first end, just battling a little bit, I guess, with the speed, of course. We've been playing on the other green during the day, so just a little bit quicker, so it'll take a couple of ends to settle in.
Now, I'm trying to protect you here, mate, by, you know, your kettle exploding to burn your foot. But Karen tells me you put an electric kettle on a gas stove. What is the story here? How stupid were you?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You just don't put electric kettles on a hot plate because they melt and catch on fire.
You are kidding, aren't you?
Unfortunately not.
Come on, Robbie.
Oh, quickly back to the bowl.
Have a look at this for a bowl.
Kelvin.
Come on, Robbie. Great shot, mate. Great shot, Robbie.
That's a nice recovery from Robbie. That is just ridiculous. Oh, Kelvin.
Things we do. Live and learn.
You're only a young man. You'll learn from that. How's this looking?
Very good, mate.
It's not looking good from my point of view.
And the touch, and just rolled out a bit.
Got one,
Still
Robbie.
1
Same again, mate.
to Brisbane.
Cal, are you finding, do you think, it's a lot easier going in the direction that you're playing as opposed to going the other way?
Yeah, listen, last year I really preferred coming this direction that we're playing now. I felt it was probably the kindest of all the hands, this forehand down here.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's a little bit different. Probably didn't turn quite as much as I thought the opening.
Just stay there, mate. Much the same as your last one.
Definitely. I thought the same thing, that the pace didn't really match the line going the other way.
Yeah, so we'll just see how it plays as we go on.
Good luck, mate, with your 3 bowls.
Let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you hold shot at the moment. Here's Michael Walker.
Drop it, Mikey. Drop, Mikey. Oh, mate, good effort, mate. 3 good balls, mate.
At least Graham Archer's got some company with Alex Marshall here with a Scottish accent. My Scottish friends out here at Redcliffe will be able to understand everything Alex is talking about.
A good crowd in tonight too, Mark. First night of the APL.
Well, here we are in our commentary box, joined by Karen Murphy, who has recovered a bit. She's feeling a bit better now than she was. She was throwing a few things when she arrived up before. A bit of a tanty after the loss, and who can blame her after 12 tie breaks?
We're sort of used to it now.
Yeah, but that's half the problem, isn't it? There's almost that monkey that you've got to get off the back there. And maybe once you win one, well, the luck will turn. Not bad start there from Kelvin. Mind you, whatever he does here will get applause. He does pick up a shot, though. but still plenty of room for this man.
You want one? No, that's a good one.
Alex isn't looking too bad here.
He's got the weight back.
Weight wasn't too bad.
You're that, mate.
Well, how's your year been, Karen? You've had the Commonwealth Games earlier this year. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, well, certainly very different to the pace we're playing here at Pine Rivers, I think. Look, the Greens were probably a little bit better than we thought they were going to be. And, yeah, came away with a silver medal, and I would have taken that before I left home for sure on those Greens.
Speaking of taking that, you took a few photos with a few people as well. You enjoyed yourself, it looked like.
Yeah.
Meeting a lot of other sports stars, which you always enjoy, don't you? When you get away like that and you get to meet people from other sports and learn a little bit more about their preparations and so on.
Yeah, definitely. Prince Edward's a big fan of the bowls. He came a couple of times, and I got a couple of photos with Prince Edward, and that's the whole atmosphere of the Commonwealth Games, is being able to sort of hang out with the other sports and rub shoulders with, some sports stars. It's fantastic.
So here is Alex Marshall. He's going to pick up shot.
One, mate.
So what's Kelvin going to do here?
Well, I don't think he'll be short. Any touch on the jack there is very good for the Brisbane Gold team. He's chasing it.
If he draws a shot here, he will love it. It's not far off. It's not far off. It is a terrific effort from Kelvin Kirko. And he draws a shot for the Brisbane Gold.
Well, his weight was very good.
If it holds with 3.
That's a tough spot.
So now Alex Marshall, what can he do?
Ball on your way.
Not a bad bloke to have as your skip.
Come on, Alex, hurry. Alex, hurry.
Michael Walker likes it. It's a good reply, but just rolls out. Or has it?
He's got the shot.
Unbelievable. And it was the power play too, wasn't it, for the Steamers?
That was huge.
So the power play marker is suggesting. And so
The replay shows
shots.
Taddy Marshall at his best. Gives it the big double fist pump.
Did I? It's all remarkable. Bit short, but it's a very short jack, and the mat is right back, so we're playing sort of a short jack but a long mat. You're going to have to help me here, Karen, because Steve Glasson's still got my glasses.
Yes, he has, thankfully.
Well, for who? I can't see a thing.
For the Sydney Lions.
That's short from Robbie.
Yes, we need a soldering iron to put them back together.
I've got a spare pair for him for tomorrow, but I need to get home. Is this going to get there? This is this end. When you're bowling west to east, and we mentioned it in your match, and you asked Kelvin about it, everyone is struggling. There's some interesting reading, the magazine, the program for the APL. Everyone's struggling west to east.
Well, I wonder if the other hand might be a little easier. Everyone seems to be playing this grandstand side, if you like, of the green, and very, very hard to pick the weight.
Last bowl of this end for Michael Walker. Can he correct? He looks like he has. And gets the jack.
Yeah, mate, you get around
But I
there.
reckon if we had a bowl map for every end, bowl to that end, you wouldn't see a lot of bowls close together.
No, they probably look like they dropped out of a plane.
This is very wide from Robbie. They're going to turn.
Handy.
At least it got to the jack, and it's 2 back bowls for the Brisbane Gold, but that's about all we could say here. There's the bench. Ryan Bester waiting to have a crack, and when we say have a crack, Ryan Bester does like having a crack, doesn't he? He's renowned for his drives, but it's a little bit different in the Premier League, isn't it? You can't get away with that as much.
Well, Taddy Marshall has seemed to be skipping that combination of Ryan Bester and himself, which is interesting. They could have probably played either way. I mean, Ryan probably won't be able to sort of show off his driving skills too much from the lead position. So it's been interesting to see how the combinations have worked out.
Yeah,
a bit short. Why? I mean, I'm sure if it was an easy answer, everyone would know why, but it just seems strange that the same bit of carpet can be so different from one end to the other.
Well, even last year, it's different to last year going in this direction.
Up to it, up to it. Alex.
Taddy's found it.
Run. Go, Alex. Well done, mate.
That's the experience there, isn't it? How would he be coping with this heat? As he said, we're about 4 degrees when he left Glasgow. And when he arrived on Sunday, I think it was 42 degrees here in Brisbane.
Fat now, up.
That's nice from Kelvin. And so there's a shot. As the jack out of play, and it's being re-spotted. So that's 3 to Brisbane goal. As it went out of play to the right, so it comes back to the spot. And is this the last bowl here for Alex? It is. So this is a real tough bowl to readjust. He does have plenty of room, but on such a difficult end after he's just trailed the jack.
Absolutely.
Pass them. Pass them.
Needs to pass the red ones.
It's got to go.
Good, mate. Well done.
Well,
it does get past, but it's a lot of room for Kelvin, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Taddy has a bit of a chuckle.
Yeah.
There is a lot of room for Kelvin, but it's the sort of shot that everyone expects him to make, and that puts a little bit more pressure on it, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It should get there.
Well, I think he's fairly safe.
I think he is. So we're locked up at 2. It is a shot.
I think Queensland are looking to use their power play.
They are, so it is the power play. The Brisbane goal. The 4x Brisbane goals. It's a gutsy effort from Mark Casey there with that knee reconstruction. He's still got a massive scar on his left knee. Just see there under the bandage, he's been icing it.
I think he's only just started feeling better in the last week or so. As Robbie Wild puts down the first bowl here.
Come on, Robbie.
Jack on the 6-foot mark in this particular end. He's played a very good opening bowls, Robbie Wild.
Michael Walker now.
How would this guy be feeling, Mark? Like it's the biggest thing he's ever played in front of all these people, you know.
And who he's playing with. Yeah.
So many people at home watching him on telly, and I'm sure the Moama Bowling Club would be right behind him, wishing him well.
So the power play here for the gold, already used by
Good again, Robbie.
Murray Steamers, and they doubled their one shot
Very good, mate.
in the second end.
Very good, buddy.
This is pretty good again from Robbie Gold. Just if that jack gets respotted, it's in a really good spot.
Weight was handy.
Good. It's not a bad effort, is it? It's still shot to Brisbane. Looking to be the first team to beat the new boys.
Robbie's been a real linchpin linchpin in this Brisbane Gold team. He's a hometown boy and knows this carpet inside out. He's been a very, very good player for the Brisbane Gold over the last this year and so far, you know, last year obviously.
Well, he knows what this bloke's going through because he was in this situation last year, wasn't he, really?
And perhaps even more added pressure being
at home,
a Pine Rivers member.
Still shot here for Brisbane, so some work again for Alex Marshall as he and Kelvin make their way down to the other end of the rink. They have 40 seconds to get down there. A shot clock in play, 30 seconds between shots and 40 seconds for them to walk down.
Ample time. I don't think there's been too many timeouts today, if any.
No. There will be a time when you need to have a little bit of a think as we get deeper and deeper into the Premier League.
Just in regards to the timeout rule, I know Lindsay Clark from the Gold Coast Hawks was saying to me today, you know, they're only just sort of getting into, you know, learning and utilising the rules and the power plays and the timeouts, all that sort of stuff. You know, you obviously, if you're having a timeout, call it at 28 seconds so you get an extra 30 seconds instead of at 10 seconds, you know, because you're wasting it. So little things like that, you know, the two new teams would be trying to work out.
Well, that wasn't what he was after there, Alex Marshall. He does have plenty of time to recover, though.
Looking good again is Kelvin. I want to hope this finishes on the line, this bowl. Flop back. Oh, that's pretty good. Covers the jack up a little bit for Taddy Marshall.
Will he go again?
Well, I don't think he'll be short.
Yes, a little bit of weight, but...
Come on, Alex. 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 Come on.
Michael likes it. And it's a good effort.
Great shot.
It's terrific. But is it still shot to Brisbane, though?
It is.
I think it is, yeah. And that was that bowl of Robbie Wilds that we're talking about. If there's any contact, it was in a good spot. I was thinking maybe from the respot perspective, but now Kelvin with his last bowl. Alex Marshall has one more.
I think Taddy'd be fairly happy with that shot after the situation they were in.
Well, this is the power play end too for the Brisbane Gold. Looking at that intently, it's not going to get anywhere near it, is it, Kelvin? And now
2 seconds slow.
I would back Alex Marshall to draw this, Mark.
I would too.
If I was a betting girl, which I'm not.
Even if I wasn't, I would, because I reckon it'd be money for jam. He's that good, and there is a bit of room there.
Come on.
He's that good. Well, his weight certainly looks good enough. He needs to be just around the front.
Come on.
See, that's why I'm not...
That should do, mate.
Is it shot? I don't know.
Wow, it's close.
Yep.
Yes. Well, my house, I can go home. I'm going to put my house on it, and it is one. And that is a big moment because that was the power play for the Brisbane Gold. And so it is 3-2 to the Murray Steamers. What was that? I haven't got my glasses on. Can you read the scoreboard?
That is 3-2 to the Murray Steamers on 4 ends, Mark.
Because they've got the Brisbane Gold with the white on there, and I just thought the white was with the Murray Steamers. So thank you, Karen. I'm glad you're here.
See, if Steve Glasson didn't have your glasses, you'd be able to see that.
Absolutely. Kelvin's got the earpiece back in, and Kelvin, that was a big end, wasn't it, mate, when you had the power play and just a terrific bowl from Alex Marshall.
Yeah, it was a really good head. You know, we lied 5 and Alex sort of bit desperation, I guess, to try and make contact, and you got a really good result with a good shot. So at the end of the day, they've got away with it, and we're still in the game.
And that sort of weight that Alex played, Kelvin, he's so good at it, isn't he? He plays the same sort of weight all the time. He's so dangerous with it.
Yeah, definitely. He's always in the area, so he gives it a chance every time.
One will halve this set. 2 to win it for the Brisbane Gold. And just a shot for the Murray Steamers to win this first set.
Run.
2 feet, Robbie. 2 feet, mate. It's up to you. You can get around that. It's all on your weight, Robbie.
He's looking intently.
Come on, Robbie.
Kelvin likes it.
Looks good to me.
That is a wonderful bowl. Even the great Alex Marshall acknowledging that. That will give the young man a huge lift.
It's a good bowl going in that direction, that's for sure.
So Michael Walker, his last bowl.
Push.
Just ducking away. Weight was good.
Can't play it any better, mate. You'd be very unlucky to get back to yours. You know, you just draw again, same bowl, mate.
Kelvin just hoping Robbie gets another one around the mark. I think that's the hardest thing on this rink, Mark, is being able to play. You play a good bowl like Robbie has, being able to replicate that. It's very hard.
Robbie. Come on, Robbie. Take a touch any day, mate.
It wasn't far off, Karen. But they still hold shot. Nice bowl. And it's a really good crowd for the first night tonight. Wayne's Can Bar is reasonably populated. 4X Brisbane Gold team. 4X girls. There's Wayne's Can Bar. Become a legend in these areas, has Wayne, after his Can Bar went off. And it will go off again on Thursday when Mick Malloy gets up here. Don't worry about that.
I can only think it might get more and more populated as the week progresses on, Mark.
Yeah. I thought the pork roll man out the back would be doing a bit better trade, but it's only 5 to 7 here in Brisbane. They need the you know, the onions cooking on the barbecue out there to get the smell going for people to say, wow, where's that coming from? So here's Kelvin on the forehand. They do hold shot here, Brisbane, which would halve the set. They need to pick up 2 to win it. 1 will halve
What do you
it.
think?
What about that, Alex? Marshall asking Michael Walker, what do you think?
The draw. Yep.
The draw is the answer, I think. Taddy just trying to draw it off.
Come on.
He's just the man to do it.
Alex. Alex.
Bye, Alex.
Come on. Come on now.
Oh, wow. Oh, he got the double touch.
I still think it's 1 to Brisbane by the reaction from Michael Walker, but seriously, how good was that?
Oh, this guy's a freak, isn't he?
Can't draw it there. No, give it away.
He's got a smile on his face, at least.
Is there, if it makes contact, is the jack going out the back?
Well, down to 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Kelvin running for cover, I think. Probably drawing to where Robbie Wild's standing around that area of the rink.
This is the best end we've seen bowling this end, this way all night. There's some safety there from Kelvin.
Well, I think the only shot that Alex has got on is just to draw to that mark. He just needs just a slight contact. Too much will be too far.
You know, you just touch it
Same bowl as his last bowl.
Well, he doesn't want to concede 2 shots because that's the set. Does he say, well, okay, we'll halve the set and move on? And
3 all.
Well, he's running. He's running for cover.
Keep coming.
Just to try and split those red bowls.
now Kelvin, he knows he has to pick up 2 shots to win the set. Does he now think, well, let's just go to the next one as almost a long tie break?
As I drop down? Yes. He dropped down and hit the buddy, yeah.
Kelvin's
If he hits the jack, there's a chance that he could push the jack towards the Murray Steamers bowl and knock his out of the way as well.
It hasn't got a lot of weight on it.
I was about to say, and a lot of the times when you're in that in between, you come up short, don't you?
I think I don't think he was trying too hard. I think his half the set was happy with that.
Yep, half the set. That was what Kelvin was after, and we do halve that first set. 3 shots apiece. So the second set really does become sudden death, and we'll take a break from Pine Rivers. It is the Australian Premier League, Season 2.
Live from Vector, Breakers United, Friday, Sky Sport 1.
Do you know, there's as many Hiluxes on the road as there are hundreds and thousands on that ice cream?
The Hiluxes taste good. Well, I can hear it.
Holy guacamole! Esti fantasti fantastico!
What you say? For a limited time at Wendy's, handmade guacamole and salsa range with your choice of spicy or home-style chicken, jalapeno beef, or muchos nachos.
Es magnifico!
Hi, I'm Aaron. I race a Formula 1 sidecar and I need an edge. That's why I use Eco XP from HFT for better engine performance. I use it in the van too because it improves fuel economy and lowers emissions. And Bob here uses it too, in his boat and his wagon. Whatever you're driving, get Eco XP petrol treatment or FireX CI diesel treatment now. Improves performance, increases fuel economy and cuts emissions. From gas petrol service stations across New Zealand.
Someone fired a shot at a visiting foreign politician.
You know this guy.
Old memories.
She lives in fear because of what you did.
New dangers.
Cover me.
With what?
Cornering King and Maxwell. Wednesday, Prime.
People believe death to be God's final punishment. There is no such thing.
If people knew, it would all fall apart. Intruders starts December 2. Soho.
Join cricket's Desert Safari as Sky Sport brings you the Black Caps and Pakistan. Live from the UAE. The second test, now showing on Sky Sport 3.
Well, Bowls Australia is proud to present the exciting new product Jack Attack. Jack Attack follows the same rules as the APL. It's being rolled out at clubs around Australia, making it easy and accessible to everyone, no matter what your skill level is. I don't know whether it'll be up to that. Jack Attack is all about playing bowls in a friendly and social atmosphere at your local club. Where you want to play, organise a team or register your bowling club, visit jackattack.com.au. Mark Casey and Ryan Bester into the action. Mark Casey, who is a member at Helensvale, plays for Helensvale on the Gold Coast and the Gold Coast Hawks, where Helensvale is from. So Case will be watching them with interest and would love nothing better than to beat Helensvale a little bit later in this Premier League.
Very good, mate.
Ryan Bester, who is a Canadian but is at Broadbeach. Is the bowls coordinator, is he at Broadbeach?
He is the bowls coordinator at Broadbeach. He organised the World Junior Championships last week. Ryan was in the head of that and was very well run. It was a really good event.
Great spot, Broadbeach, love it.
Some of the best up-and-coming junior players in the world were featured at that event.
Of course, Dylan Fisher, who we'll see for the Melbourne Roys a little bit later, won the Under-25 World Championships down there at Broadbeach on the weekend. There's Mark Casey with that left knee, just having undergone a knee reconstruction.
Go there, mate.
It's very wide.
Good.
Ryan never wastes any time on the mat, that's for sure.
So the only way we go to a tie break here is if this set is halved.
Mate, just...
Yes, that's right.
If you are in any way a fan of lawn bowls, we have 4 of the best in the world out here at the moment on the rink at one time. Of course, Kelvin doesn't play as much as he used to, but still, he's a quality player. Mark Casey had a year the players dream of a couple of years ago, winning the indoor and the outdoor title and World Championships and have a bit of a point to prove, despite the fact he's got the crook knee. He missed out on Glasgow, the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, he certainly did. Mark will be looking to get back in the Australian team.
Shot, mate. Hold on.
Slower there, ain't you? Tighter.
It's Jeremy Henry from the Perth Suns. He'll be out a little bit later with the cheerleader from Cambridge, Clive Adams, is his teammate. We're not letting him forget it, Karen.
Oh, poor old ducky.
We'll be seeing him waddle up and down the green very soon.
Oh, he loves it.
So Kelvin on the backhand. It's a strange looking head at the moment, isn't it? Really?
Around them all.
Certainly is.
But 2 new players. So, I mean, you came off the bench and had a cracking bowl first up, but it's not that easy, is it?
You hope you get close with your first one. And Shannon's first bowl, you put it in the ditch. But I didn't laugh too hard because I thought, oh, God, I've got to go out there yet.
Well, this bloke wouldn't do that too often, Alex Marshall. He'd only put it in the ditch if the jack was in the ditch and he just went half a bowl too far. This is a strange head at the moment. Plenty of room around that jack. And the first end of these sets is so important. It's a bit narrow from Kelvin.
It is a bit.
Yo, that was good, mate.
Very low scoring set, the first set, 3-all.
Almost like they were just filling each other out. No one really wanted to, not so much take a risk, but go for something, you know, just in case when you've got a player like Alex Marshall coming behind you. There it is. That he can come up with something like that, you know.
6 inches.
Well, this backhand, not really the hand of choice by the players going in this direction. The other side seems to be a lot easier.
Same again, beat the last one.
Second.
As Alex tries to replicate the shot that he just played.
Well, Alex.
Well, if he can, it's a big start to this set, but there's a bit of weight on it. Just ran a bit too far, but it is a shot to the Murray Steamers to start this second set. So 1-0 to the Murray Steamers. They are unbeaten so far in the Australian Premier League, Season 2. Short jack and a medium mat here. Let's head down to the Brisbane bench. Tom Chadwick is down there.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. I'm joined by Robbie Wild. Robbie, fairly tight first set. What did you make of it?
Mate, it was unlucky out there. I mean, it's jumping on cold is always tough, but we gave it our best and we were, get away with half a set each, I think was a pretty good indication of the set.
Do you feel as though, being the winners from last year, you've got, I guess, the mental edge over these boys?
I think it certainly does help being out there last year and having a bit of experience. These boys obviously adapting very, very well to it, and they're all class players. They've all felt the pressure before and performed as well. But last year, you know, does give us a bit of a helping hand.
Are you confident with the boys you got here in this set, considering you need unless you half it again, it's going to go to a tiebreaker. So this is the most important, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah, I mean, I've got all the confidence in the world in these two boys, Kelvin and Case. They're both superstars. They, you know, they're who you want on the park to play the big bowls at the big time. So they proved it last year that they can do it, and hopefully they can get us across the line here.
Good man. Good luck.
Thanks very much, mate.
Mark Braybrook, back to you.
Thank you, Tom, as Mark Casey watches this come down towards Kelvin. And once again, this end is tossing up a wild old head at the moment.
I wonder how this shorter end is, you know, Mark's knee must be under a lot more pressure on a really short end where it's running so quickly, as opposed to a longer end. You know, he'd need to stay down for a bit longer and get really low.
Kelvin likes this.
Pulling your weight, Case.
Draw away.
Is it going to run out?
Come on, Case. Drop. Yeah, baby.
It's a better bowl there
Yeah,
from Mark Casey. Kelvin needs to fire this crowd up, get them behind the Brisbane Gold. Must be hard for Mark. I think, was it you telling me, or was it Wayne telling maybe 9 weeks or something since?
Yeah, 9 weeks. Mark was telling me the other day, and it's only really just started coming good in the last week or so. He was just saying that the short ends would put a lot more pressure on his knee, having to get down low, and you know, like it's on a longer end, he could probably stride out a little bit longer. Close here from Teddy.
Nice start, isn't it? First up, draws the shot. What can Kelvin do?
Gary, mate. Start
Turning.
stopping now, buddy.
Is it turning?
Oh,
just ran out of fraction.
Thought about falling.
Nice, baby, you're last.
Looking forward to tomorrow night, when the local derby between the Brisbane Gold and the Gold Coast Hawks. That'll be some sort of atmosphere here tomorrow night. So if you are in Brisbane and you're looking for something to do, that's 7:30 local time tomorrow night. The Brisbane Gold up against the Gold Coast Hawks, the local derby. Bragging rights up for grabs.
Big grudge match.
Backhand here for Kelvin.
Come on, buddy.
Mike Casey urging it on. It's not far away. Just run out of steam, has it? Oh, it rolls in. It rolls in, and Kelvin, the high five, but it's a subdued high five. Long way to go in the Premier League. We're not going to see the twirling of the cane or anything yet.
I think the fact that Teddy Marshall's playing the last bowl is probably not too excited.
Kelvin's got one more.
Where's he going?
Run.
Case.
Short, is it?
Just pulling up.
Unusual. So now Kelvin, how can he manufacture another shot here? He's keen. He knows the clock's ticking. 23 seconds.
Just a careful backhand draw, I think, similar to his last.
Oh, danger, danger, danger.
Turned it in.
There's going to be a measure.
That one against those two.
It's danger.
Yeah, between those.
So one's conceded. Is it? Was one conceded or not? Are they measuring the...
My eyes are bad, too bad.
I think one is conceded, one grey one. One to the Murray Steamers.
So it will be... One marker's gone. Oh no, we're going to power play for the Brisbane Gold and one of the Murray Steamers. That is rather confusing when one marker holds up the red marker and the other one's holding up the white marker. But the red marker came up for the power play for the Brisbane Gold, and the white marker went up for the one shot for the Murray Steamers, and that's a gift.
Absolutely. And that's probably just an indication too, Mark, of that the hand that Kelvin played then. It's just not reacting. It's not turning much. Unfortunately, he's a bowl wide and hit it in. Hope everyone at home's enjoying the APL bowls. I know my family's watching tonight, Mark, and in the home theatre on the big screen.
Anybody?
Obviously, Sydney's 1 hour ahead of Brisbane here, but hope everyone at home's really enjoying this great atmosphere here at Pine Rivers.
And it will get better as the week continues, as semi-finals draw near. And even if you're around Brisbane, as I mentioned, tomorrow play starts at 10 o'clock. So you can come out here during the day, and all 4 matches are being played at one time on one rink. And you can watch some of the best players in the world at once.
Well played, Case.
And there's a nice bowl from Mark Casey. Terrific bowl from Casey, who, as I mentioned earlier, had a year to dream about a couple of years ago, where he won the Australian Open and the Indoor Championships in the 1 year, 2012.
All right.
And then won gold in the 4s at the World Championships.
All right, mate. All right. Sorry. Don't know what about.
Oh, bowls there from Ryan Bester.
Chance to consolidate for Mark Casey here.
Yeah.
Can he do it?
Well done, Case.
Can he do it? As Kelvin's putting his earpiece in and waddling down the end. Kelvin, this is a massive end, isn't it, mate, with the power play and really gifting them a shot last end.
Yeah, mate, power plays all count, and if you know, we've got a good one here, which would be 2, so if we can get 2, well, that's 4, so let's see what happens.
Good luck. Kelvin Kirko there. Boys are warming up out in the back too for the next match, boys and girls. The Gold Coast Hawks are taking on the Adelaide Endurance next. Lindsay Armitage,
Come on, Alex.
a member of that team, and she's put the trousers on, Karen.
Lindsay's got the pants on.
She's got the pants on.
She does wear the pants because she's the captain of the Gold Coast Hawks, so
it's not that cold.
That stands to reason, or
it's not that cold, Lindsay.
It can be 40 degrees, and Lindsay will still wear her long pants.
Well, she wore the. What do you girls call those things you wore at the World Championships? They're not the culottes. They're skorts. Skorts. There you go.
Yeah, they're for the younger girls, Mark. I don't.
Well, you're still young. You're still young for a month.
A couple of weeks and the big 4-0 for KM.
There's Alex Marshall. This is a big end. A big couple of bowls here for the Brisbane Gold.
Come on, Alex.
And Alex has started this end superbly, but it's still a shot.
I'll tell you what, he's trying hard. Just needs to bend. Sits that bowl down. Oh, Taddy.
Look, must be demoralising.
2 absolute clangers from Taddy Marshall. Wipes the sweat off his head.
Hurry.
Needs to hold.
Okay.
We'll have one more crack.
Just try and draw in the area, mate. Just something else.
Yeah, beat the other one's good.
Taddy's just trying to get another bowl in there, I think I heard him say. Kelvin's superb drive. He could get both of those grey bowls out, and that would be disastrous for the Murray Steamers.
I think it's fair to say at this stage, even though we've got a bit of time to go in this match, Karen, that the difference between the two sides, and it's just an edge at the moment that the Murray Steamers have, is Alex Marshall.
Absolutely. That's why he's the best player in the world.
Time out. Kelvin was about.
Hang on.
To have his bowl and time out.
Got the coach run on before he's.
Coach wants him to kill the end. And it's their power play.
Nominate to kill.
Why would he do that when Kelvin's about to... That wasn't what Kelvin wanted to do. And it hasn't worked. And it's 1 to the Murray Steamers. And 3-zip. And now the power play comes from the Murray Steamers. I don't think Kelvin's particularly happy with that.
I don't think he is. That very, very off-putting. Oh, he's given Alex Murtaugh the pointed finger. Yeah.
I mean, they did do that last year a lot, the Brisbane Gold. They did play up to the crowd and all that sort of stuff. But
it's good when you're winning.
Exactly, and I think there's a time and a place for it. I'm not sure the last bowl of an end when you have the power play,
start,
and
Ryan.
Kelvin's about to let the bowl go.
Yeah.
Great start, mate. Good.
Well, the Steamers are steaming along here. In a very good position with 2 ends to go, with the lead being 3-0. We've really got the momentum here. As Mark Casey replies to Ryan's bowl. It's very good from Case.
Well, if they win this end here, the Steamers, that's pretty much the set, because they'll at least go to 5.
Chance, Ryan.
And you couldn't possibly see
Ryan.
Brisbane Gold halving it with 5 or winning it with 6.
Great shot, buddy. Great shot.
There's a lovely bowl from Ryan Bester.
Certainly when Taddy Marshall's got 3 bowls to play. I don't think there's too much chance of him getting to 5. But funnier things have happened. Well, Casey's just having a little niggle at this.
Good, mate.
Weight was good. He's come to a good home.
Yeah, got one, mate, but I would try and beat that yourself. Chance, Ryan. Come on, Ryan.
Weight's good, mate.
Just not going to get there on that occasion. Once again, we just see this end a little bit harder for the players to get consistent bowls.
Well, this is a very crucial bowl, this. If Mark gets the jack through here.
Come on, Case. Got something, mate.
Kelvin says he's got something. Well, that's a great bowl from Mark Casey.
Terrific end to Mark Casey's effort on that end, and there's a smile. Plenty of space there for Alex Marshall to work his magic. There was not much room in there. So basically it comes down to 3 bowls for Kelvin up against 3 for Alex Marshall, with the jack in the position it is at the moment.
Come on, Alex.
It's a three-quarter length the boys are playing to. Oh.
Good enough, buddy.
Good enough.
Won't hold though.
Brisbane boys just a little bit quiet tonight, Mark.
Look, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that
Hurry, Kel.
Mark Casey's got that knee, and I think he's in a bit of pain. He's icing it after every match. I think Kelvin's most probably not 100% with that foot. And Robbie Wild is recovering from that mosquito bite that got infected.
That's no good. I didn't know about that.
It's a bit soft, isn't it?
Come on, Taddy.
Your teammates had a knee reconstruction at 100%. Why are you a bit off? Oh, mosquito bit me.
Hold.
Sounds like a Monty Python sketch or ripping yarns.
Very good. You would never get down inside that.
And you need to be 100%, playing at your best to beat those 2 in particular. Plenty of room here for Kelvin, though. And this is, you know, they're not really getting close to this jack.
You think that?
Kelvin's weight's better. And that counts. It's.
Yep.
Let's just stand up.
Try and drop round it. Try and drop
1
round
to
it.
Brisbane Gold, I think Ryan indicated.
Marker says measure, but Ryan, as you mentioned, is more inclined to think it's Brisbane, so maybe he's just saying that to Alex too, to fire him up a bit and say, give us your best. It's a must win here for Brisbane. It's a power play for the Murray Steamers, and they lead 3-0 in their second set after the first was halved. Is this going to come back, Karen?
Well, it's all on his weight now. Very good shot here from Taddy. Just needs to fall down.
Could be.
Close.
Very good.
Very close to shot now, that last one.
Still a lot of
Look
room.
for the jack. Yes.
A lot of room for Kelvin.
Unfortunately for Kelvin, those 3 bowls in a cluster is right on his line. He's playing a little bit more weight, looking to halve the jack to the right of the rink.
Oh, he went the other way.
Could be, he's definitely 2 down. He had to try it. Jack goes the other way.
And if that's 2, that's the set. It is, so that's 4. And that makes it 7-0, which means they can't win the set.
That's a power play. Power play. Thought I was good.
So 7-0 means they can't win the set. So they'll play this final end, will they, for 4 and against? Because it could count at the back end of this Premier League to see whether a team gets in or out. 7-0 means they can't lose it.
2.5 feet, mate.
The Murray Steamers, they'll stay unbeaten, 5 from 5. But once again, Karen, it just shows you, doesn't it, the margin for error. There was, you know, half a bowl the other side, and Kelvin picks up 3.
Yeah, and he had to try it. You know, he halves the jack to the right-hand side of the rink. 3, maybe 4. Unfortunately for the Brisbane Gold, it went the wrong way.
Pass your own, Ryan. Weight was good.
Weight's good, mate.
So it's going to be a 1.5 to a half.
Shot here, mate.
Set win
Well
for
played.
the Murray Steamers. Lovely bowl there from Mark Casey. But no one wants to have the duck egg next to them either at the end of a set as well, particularly at, well, at any level really, but particularly at this elite level when you're talking about some of the best bowlers in the world. To be beaten 7-0 is not something that will sit too well.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, maybe snuck in. It's just going to fall out from Mark.
The turning point was the shot given away by Kelvin.
Yes.
That was a critical moment, wasn't it?
It was. It was a turning point in the set.
Bit off both, mate.
Don't know if that's going to make it, is it?
Don't think it matters too much. Oh, hang on, we've got a substitute. Oh, now Alex is substitute. Kelvin
the hook
out.
is out for Kelvin. Here comes Robbie Wild. This will be interesting. There could be a confrontation here on the bench. Well, Kelvin.
Alex could cop Kelvin's stick around his neck, I think, when he gets there.
He may not even sit down. Straight to the rooms. It's all part. It's all part of the theatre.
2 feet. 2 feet.
A bit too much on it. They'll take some beating, won't they, the Murray Steamers?
Definitely. And Michael Walker's playing well too, as well as the 2 internationals.
And you've got to give the Steamers credit for going out and getting Alex Marshall to join their side. I mean, first year in, and they have gone for the biggest and the best, and they've got him.
2 seconds, just try to sit him there.
Absolutely. Taddy would have jumped at the opportunity to come out and play in an event like this too, Mark.
Absolutely.
He loves coming to Australia, thinks it's calls it his second home.
Just the ball, just the ball.
Yeah, that'll do it. It's like shelling peas, isn't it?
Play the same, get the
2 bowls of the jack right through.
Kenny come up with something here to get the Brisbane Gold on the scoreboard in this second set, and it's a good effort.
Yes.
It'll be re-spotted, and it'll be a shot to the Brisbane Gold, and one's better than none. So it is a 7-1 win in the second set to the Murray Steamers. It was a half first set, and so the Murray Steamers remain unbeaten after 5 rounds of the Premier League Season 2. 3-all the first set, 7-1 the second, and there is no difference. No doubt the difference was Alex Marshall on screen there, but it was a terrific performance from everyone involved. Let's head downstairs to Tom Chadwick.
Thank you, Mark. Indeed, I'm joined by Ryan Bester for the Murray Steamers right after, well, a really tight first set. You killed him in the second.
Oh, no, Alex just made some huge balls, and Kelvin got a bit unlucky. He hit us in for 1, and he could have got the jack for 5 and just flipped it over for 2. So close second set as well.
It was, you guys are the new franchise here, but gee, you've hit the ground running, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, well, when you have the best player in the world, it always helps. And Zane, we came up with a good game plan. Michael's been playing the first set, and I've been playing the second set in the tiebreaker, and just been working out good.
You're in a pretty good spot to at least make the 70s now, aren't you?
Yeah, but yeah, we could have easily lost the first 4 games today, so we just have to go out tomorrow and hopefully win at least 3 out of 5 and secure a spot for the semis.
Good luck, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it's time for a break from the Premier League Bowls from Club Pine Rivers. After the break, it is match 3 on Fox Sports. It is Adelaide up against Gold Coast.
Saturday, every fight matters at the Mahindra Super 8 Super Fight Night. High-speed, high-impact boxing will leave the last man standing in the Super 8. Then in the Super Fights, Kiwi #1 David Alua in a grudge match with the Bull Anthony McCracken. And the WBA heavyweight title is on the line as Shane Cameron battles Super 8 champ Kali Mihan. The Mahindra Super 8 Super Fight Night. Saturday live, Sky Arena. To purchase, text Super 8 to 4024. Brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drinks.
If shaving is a pain in the neck, cheek, or chin, we have one word: hallelujah. Upgrade to the Gillette Fusion Pro Glide. Precision engineered, even for sensitive skin. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Conceived. Designed. Evolved. Here. Lawnmaster, the only lawnmower range designed and made in New Zealand. The Lawnmaster Eco Series range by Steelfort.
Got a great deal on your Hilux, mate.
Wasn't for sale, mate. Hey! Hey! Wasn't for sale!
If you left behind the salary, the annual leave, the corporate takeovers, and took the leap to start a business of your own, come to the bank that understands what it's like. Kiwi Bank. Because we did it too. Call us, visit online, or see us in store.
On Wednesday, 3rd of December, William Trowbridge will be attempting a new world record by freediving to 102 metres. Watch world history in the making. Brought to you by Steinlager Pure.
There's trouble coming. We're Peaky Blinders. We're not scared of coppers.
I have plans with Peaky Blinders.
I think our friends are playing the game.
What should I do?
Get close to him.
A New Zealand premiere. Peaky Blinders. Monday 8:30 on UK TV.
Things we do. Live and learn.
Welcome back to Fox Sports coverage of the Australian Premier League. In the end, the reigning champions, Brisbane, not quite good enough for the Murray Steamers. Joining me, Mark Braybrook. Mark, it seemed as though after all of that, when it comes to the world's best, he came to the fore, didn't he?
Alex Marshall was the difference, no doubt,